Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're doing something a bit wild. We are going to stretch our minds to the absolute limits of time and space. Why? Well, to help you find a profound, unshakable inner peace amidst the sheer chaos of modern life. We're exploring the cosmic dance, the incredible intersection of ancient Sanatana Dharma, modern science, and the epic cycles of time. Let's get right into it.
Okay, 4.3 billion. Just sit with that staggering number for a second. In ancient Hindu texts, that exact figure represents a single day and night of Brahma. To put that into perspective, that is an almost unfathomable amount of time. It's actually longer than the age of the Earth or the Sun, and it represents about half the time since the Big Bang. Normally, when we talk about science and ancient spiritual worldviews, we kind of expect this massive clash. But here, the script completely flips.
Instead of a war between science and ancient wisdom, the legendary astrophysicist Carl Sagan noticed something absolutely incredible. Standing in an ancient temple in India, he realized that these cosmic scales flawlessly anticipate modern scientific discoveries. According to this worldview, there's literally no fear of what physics or astronomy might uncover. In fact, it's almost as if these ancient texts have just been waiting thousands of years for modern science to finally catch up to their breathtaking cosmic vision.
And this perfectly illustrates the root of so much of our modern anxiety. Think about it. Most of us are conditioned to view time as an arrow shot from a bow. It's this irreversible line marching toward a catastrophic end, usually timing perfectly with our Monday morning deadlines, right? It creates this terrifying underlying panic that we are always running out of time. But Sanatana Dharma views time as a comforting, eternal circle. Just like the rotation of the Earth or the changing of the seasons, the cosmos moves in perfect rhythmic renewal. History isn't some runaway train heading for a cliff. It's a grand, repeating cosmic symphony. The ancient sages realized the universe doesn't just have one single absolute beginning or a final permanent end. Instead, the cosmos effectively breathes in four great repeating phases. First, there's Srishti, the initial creation, then Sthiti, the evolution and preservation phase, followed by Laya, a time of cosmic rest, and finally Pralaya, the unmanifest state before the whole thing starts over. What this means is that what modern science calls the Big Bang is really just the start of this specific cycle. And the theoretical Big Crunch? That's just the cosmos taking a deep breath in before creating a new set of galaxies. Within this unimaginable breathing of the cosmos, the texts actually zoom in to map out human consciousness right here on Earth. And that brings us to the Yugas. We're talking about a 4.32 million year cycle broken down into four distinct cosmic seasons. Just like we experience spring, summer, fall, and winter, humanity as a collective goes through epochs that map the predictable rise and fall of our spiritual awareness, morality, and mental capacity. This cycle always begins with the Satya Yuga, the ultimate golden age. We're talking about a massive 1.7 million year epoch where humanity lives in absolute total harmony. There's no greed, no crime. Truth is quite literally the only currency. People are described as having such pure hearts and immense mental clarity that they have a direct connection with the divine. There's no need for written books, no rituals, not even temples. You simply don't need them when you're that completely aligned. But, the cosmic wheel inevitably turns. We shift into the Treta and Dwapar Yugas, the Silver and Bronze Ages. And here, the shadows of ego start creeping in. Virtue begins to decline, and our spiritual awareness basically drops by half. Conflict and sorrow enter the picture. Because humanity starts to forget its true divine nature, the great sages, like Vyasa, realize they have to act. They are forced to actually write down the wisdom, creating the Vedas and epics like the Mahabharata, just to preserve this fading knowledge for the future. So here is the absolutely crucial point. When you look around at our current chaotic world, the polarization, the obsessive materialism, the endless anxiety, you aren't looking at some unexplainable failure of humanity. You're just looking at the Kaliyug, the Iron Age. We're in a 432,000-year epoch, which is our spiritual winter. It feels broken, sure, but just like an actual winter, it's a completely necessary season, meant to clear away the old stuff and prepare the ground for the coming spring. But check out this incredibly encouraging paradox about living right now. Because the background energy of the world today is so thick, chaotic, and dark, the effort you actually need for spiritual liberation is significantly less than in any other age. In the Golden Age, you might need lifetimes of intense meditation, but today, even a tiny candle shines brilliantly in a pitch-black room. A few minutes of daily meditation or single genuine act of kindness can instantly elevate your consciousness and clear lifetimes of karma. It's a massive spiritual shortcut.
What's truly fascinating is how this grand cosmic vision aligns flawlessly with frontier physics. For centuries, classical physics viewed the universe as a giant machine made of solid, predictable billiard balls. But with the dawn of quantum mechanics, that materialist view literally collapsed overnight. We discovered that when you break an atom down, there is absolutely nothing solid there. It's just probability waves, interacting energy fields, and vast amounts of empty space. This completely blew the minds of pioneering quantum physicists. Erwin Schrödinger, for example, the brilliant father of quantum wave mechanics, was actually a deep student of Hindu philosophy. He realized that his own scientific conclusion that the multiplicity of the world is basically an illusion perfectly matched the Upanishad's definition of Brahman. The ancient texts say the universe isn't built from the outside by a manager assembling parts. The singular consciousness, Brahman, literally becomes the universe itself. There is absolutely no greater visual representation of this than Nataraja, the dancing Shiva. It's this intricate, beautiful metaphor of the divine dancing inside a circle of fire. One hand holds a small drum, representing the primordial sound vibration that literally births the cosmos. Another hand holds a flame, the ultimate dissolution of form. And a third hand is held up in this beautiful gesture of absolute protection and reassurance, while Shiva's hair streams out, touching the stars. And this isn't just cool ancient art. This image of Shiva's fiery dance is a flawless metaphor for modern quantum field theory. Physicists know now that the universe isn't static matter. It's a dynamic, continuous dance of creation and destruction at the subatomic level. Particles are constantly being born and destroyed in this wild, energetic waltz. The ancient seers realized this thousands of years ago, not by looking into multi-billion-dollar particle accelerators, but by looking into the perfectly quiet accelerator of their own minds.
So, what does this actually mean for you tomorrow morning? Well, when you step back and see this incredible alliance between ancient wisdom and modern science, you realize you are absolutely not a tiny, insignificant accident on a random rock. You are an immortal, conscious spark participating in a highly intelligent cosmic dance. Knowing this fills you with an unshakable patience. You can stop panicking over the fleeting daily news cycle. Your mission in the spiritual winter of Kaliyuga becomes so simple. Be a keeper of the light. Practice a little daily meditation, act selflessly, and look for that divine spark in everyone you meet.
I want you to carry this magnificent scale in your heart this week. Next time you feel overwhelmed by it all, trust the rhythmic intelligence of the universe. Ask yourself, how does viewing my life through a 4.3 billion-year cosmic lens entirely extinguish my daily modern worries? Just let that multi-billion-year perspective wash over you. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Thank you so much for exploring this explainer with me. Keep your light shining and enjoy the rhythm of the eternal circle.